Hello, dear my international liberal Democrats. Here I am speaking as an ordinary citizen to you to claim that the legislative election of the National Assembly in April 15th was totally rigged by President Moon's Daburo Democratic Party and Communist Party of China. They won an unexpected majority of 180 seats out of the 300 seats. Why was that unexpected? Because they were being reprimanded for the Wuhan corona disaster and economic collapse. Statistical evidence shows extremely abnormal voting patterns which could undermine the validity of the election. Most regions in Seoul and Gyeonggi-do have an abnormal approval rating of 63 to 36. I believe this is the starting point of seeking the truth about this fraud election. There is strong evidence such as non-standard voting slips, Samnip Bakery Company boxes instead of the prescribed ballot storage boxes, and many ghost voters whose number is more than the population. The ballot counting machines should not be equipped with any kind of communication devices, but they were actually supercomputers with Xilinx and ARM chips. Using QR codes is utterly completely against the principle of secrecy. In addition, it is absurd for our election committee to use Chinese Huawei equipment and hire Chinese as counters. Furthermore, we finally disclosed the famous hacking Easter egg, Follow the Party, Bandangzhou, which means CCP's slogan. Besides that, there is more decisive one. A lawyer Park Ju-hyun and a former member of the Congress, Min Kyung-woo, completed a total examination of 2,724,653 mail-in voting and found that the number of mail voters which left each post office does not match that of the votes which arrived at the designated final post office. Ballots without received date, 138,860. Ballots of incomplete delivery, 138,853. Unrealistic delivery speeds than navigation estimates, 328,723. Received ballots after receipt cancellation, 30,063. Leave and still leave or arrive and still arrive ballots, 99,772. Ballots with reversed delivery orders, 17,683. Not delivered ballot, 6. Suspicious receivers, such as spouses, 5,097. Siblings, 400. And inmates, 400. Male voters are over at least 635,000, and the ratio of total male voters is 23.3%. So, the male votes of 415 Korean legislative election are totally invalid. Re-election is desperately needed. These days, the world is against the CCP. Especially, the United States is against the CCP and now carefully investigating. Under these international circumstances, the KCPAC conference, an event of the Republican organization, was successfully held on the 25th of August. Participants assertively presented that 415 Korean legislative election was rigged and there was Chinese intervention. A former CIA agent and lawyer Gordon Chang said, President Moon Jae-in's fraudulent election severely affects not only Korea, but also all democracy on the planet. A representative of EARC, Tara Oh, posed a simple but supremely important question that requires an immediate answer. Now, What should we do? Since the number of illegal votes exceeded 1 million in the case of Korea, the result itself must be declared as invalid immediately. The National Assembly should embark on a parliamentary investigation. The prosecution has to investigate immediately, and the Supreme Court promptly ought to declare 415 legislative election as fraud. No matter how many Koreans protest up, the Supreme Court, the mass media, the prosecution, the political parties, and the National Election Commission still remain silent. Therefore, we desperately cry out for urgent attention from liberal democratic citizens all over the world, and also the help of the UN Election Commission. We have seen democracy collapse in Hong Kong, and Korea may be the next victim. Be aware or be next. Thank you for listening.